So today we harvested our very first Carolina Reaper from our garden. Uh, Presumably the world's hottest pepper. I am not sure exactly how hot the ones from our garden are going to be. Each plant is unique. But this is my first time ever trying a Reaper pepper straight. Obviously, you see the gloves, having some little bit of eye protection. You definitely don't want to handle Carolina Reapers with your bare hands because those oils are not going to be pleasant. Now, I'm going to try an extremely small piece. So I am not trying to be a hero here or trying to be a daredevil.
Let me get a little close up of that cross section.
Yep. So you can already get I don't know if you can smell it, but I certainly...
I can't smell it yet.
Get that? Okay.
It's pretty.
It is.
Beautiful death.
So, in speaking with a good friend of mine today, he mentioned that for him it was about a quarter of the size of a dime. So.
And how long was he in pain?
That I'm not sure. But he mentioned as well that it's really within the 5 minutes after. So this here, this tiny piece, is going to be what I will try. So, let's
Itadakimasu! I love how the cat is just standing by.
Yeah, it has it's a really floral flavor. It's immediately, like, the first 2 seconds, you're like, ooh, that's really good. And then all of a sudden, I just felt like my entire stomach just go, whoosh. You know, like in Hot Ones where they do that sound and you hear the whoosh. So already, my mouth is absolutely on fire.
Sound like you're salivating a lot.
Absolutely. My mouth is just full of spittle.
Lovely.
This is intense. And you all saw how tiny that piece was.
I would say the piece you cut was maybe actually a little bit bigger than a quarter of a dime.
Probably.
Maybe like a third.
Whew. Wow.
You're starting to get a little sheen on the forehead.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a little pink on the cheeks.
Yeah. And it's not going away. Just my whole mouth.
Do you feel an urge to drink milk yet?
It's getting there.
Oh, I just caught a whiff of the smell.
Yeah.
It smells very nice.
It is. And that's the thing with these peppers is that the taste is great, but just that heat is extreme. I'm not in pain, or I don't feel like I need to take the rest of the day off. So I consider that a success. So while I'm waiting to see if the heat gets any more intense, just for those that maybe not extremely well versed in some of these super hot peppers, is the Carolina Reaper has a range on the Scoville heat scale from 1.4 million Scoville units to 2.2 million. But if we use, so I don't know where this pepper falls, it could be the runt at only 1.4 million, or, it's probably not at that 2.2. You've really got to try hard to get up there. But most folks have tried jalapenos, and jalapenos have a range of 2,500 to 8,000. So I did a little bit of math ahead of time, and if you think of the absolute hottest jalapeno you've ever had, this one of these is like 175 of those. So if we were to just take that little bit that I did and multiply it by 175, that's how much jalapeno you'd have to have all at once. But then if we went in the complete opposite direction and said, well, what if it's the weakest jalapeno to the strongest? um, Carolina Reaper, then you're talking about 860 jalapenos. So it's somewhere in that range. I would say at least 200 to 300 jalapenos worth. Um, the heat is definitely dissipating now, which is good. But that was extremely intense. Um,
You kept it cool.
yeah,
You
yeah.
didn't start choking like the people on Hot Ones.
No, but it's also not like a chicken wing and a full mouthful of
Mm-hmm.
of sauce. Um, any sauce that's made from that is going to be just absolute liquid fire.
Dare you to lick the cutting board.
No. I think I'll pass. Um,
I'm kind of
So-
surprised the smell didn't make the cat get up and walk away, but she was very interested.
yeah, well, good for you. Please do not ever lick any surface that these have touched. I don't know how to treat a cat with capsaicin issues.
Yeah, something tells me they probably just wouldn't try.
Yeah. So I guess this would be just in sum. I think I'm feeling pretty good to wrap up. I would say if you eat a lot of hot peppers, you're used to them, and you've never tried one of these before, try exactly the same size, if not a little bit smaller than what I did. Believe me, like I was skeptical that something like this big could just cause that sort of just massive bodily shock.
Yeah.
Absolutely did.
Do you feel a little bit of euphoria or whatever they say kind of makes you high?
I would say a little bit. It's like now that it's coming down, it is a little bit of a rush where like I feel like a little bit tingly.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, like in Wired, because capsaicin, like it triggers your adrenaline responses.
Mm-hmm.
And just all sorts of things are happening because capsaicin itself doesn't have any burning properties. It basically tells your body it's burning, and your body acts as though it is.
Yeah.
So even though the capsaicin itself isn't causing any physical damage, your body just kicks into overdrive to try and deal with what it's perceiving as pain. And so when people have like, you know, throat problems and stomach problems, it's not the pepper itself that's doing that; it's the way their body's reacting to it.
Okay.
That's doing that kind of stuff. But I mean, oh yeah, the adrenaline absolutely kicked in. I mean, that was full mouth burn. Wow. As I think I've shared with most folks, I am going to be making some hot sauce probably in the next month and a half. Most of the peppers on the plant are still green, so as more get nice and red and ripe like this one, I'll make a mash and start seeing what kind of ridiculous sauce can be made out of it. I'm sure it's the kind of 1 drop of sauce per pot of chili type stuff. It's going to be hot. So,
All right.
That said, I did it.
Yay! You didn't die.
I did not die.
All right. Well, stay tuned for sauce. Bye.